the frags. We're going to this game right now. Pistol round has started. It's going to be Liquid side on the CT side here. Hika's got an incendiary. That's a very unusual buy. Peculiar, I would say. But still, MBK taking a ton of damage against headshot towards suicide. It's actually been problematic for the T's now. Pimp takes similar damage, but it's going to be the CTs with heavy aggression towards short. As usual, though, Envyus, the T side, they go towards long, looking to get that fast plant down. They have got a smoke for the crossover, but now they've got long control. Don't need to completely commit at this point. CD seem to be adjusting. That's going to be Elige making his way back to the side, looking for the long-range headshots. Can he find anything here?
Well, see what he can come up with. Either way, it's going to be Elige. Oh, lovely shot over top. It's all Liquid. Bomb down, dropped on the cross. It's going to be Happy remaining 1 versus 5. Late down middle, of course, he's got the Glock in hand, trying to find a headshot quickly behind the cinders, but this is all said and done. Liquid are going to take round number 1, and this is very important. They need to build up that economy to try and get the AWP into the possession of JDM. He finds exactly that man, Happy. Quick shot, down he goes. Would have been good for JDM to get a pistol kill, or at least a further pistol kill. He's got 2 to really solidify his money. Hiko watching over at B to make sure he can't wrap around. Pimp's going to pop out from long A. That'll trap him in toward the catwalk position. Bomb down on A, remember. So these positions are ultimately just waiting to make sure they have information more than trying to cover off the round. Nitro trying to get shots as well, and this will give Pimp a bit of a chance to pop back up.
At this point,
Happy's really just dragging the round out for us.
Exactly. He can't do anything to even win this round. Even find a kill was looking unlikely. So Elige finishes things off there. Bit of a weird one from Envyus. Like I said, they had the smoke, they had the flashbangs. They decide to cross over at the crossover with no utility still, just run across with low HP players. Surely when you've all been battered down to that low HP, you think, okay, we need to actually throw the smoke down, flashes over, let's try and get a guarantee the bomb. Just run over. It's almost 1 by 1 as well, and got wrecked by JDM from the USP. Here's the CD spawn. We are going to have to force buy in the second round. Pretty standard stuff here on Dust 2. It's going to be PT50s, Deagles, and the Tech 9. Kenny S, of course, doesn't buy armor, so they'll be spreading out a default mentality for now. Got a few flashbangs to work with. Most teams will make their way towards short, try and flash the side, and try and get a short plant down. It's the most likely outcome. Normally see some run boosts here, Matt, but they're normally pretty unsuccessful, we have to say. It's quite a hard one to nail, but let's see if they try it. Envyus, I remember our team that tries it most of the time.
They do it all the time. I don't even think they do it anticipating it to work. They're just like, let's have some fun. Let's see if we can get someone in there. And they're setting up for it again. Good call. Oh, are they? I guess not. Flash is over. Apex wants to go with a Tech 9. Remember, there's one player at Goose. It's JDM. Where's the kills coming in? It's Elige instead. JDM. Damage done, but no kills in. Happy kills MBK. Now, that's a bit of a problem because they had the man advantage to work with. They've since lost it and due to the team kill, but Plant comes in. Nitro's going to follow it up. It's all down to Happy. He falls on the site. JDM, that was shocking stuff. Considering he has an SMG as well, he gets those 2 kills. He's onto an AWP quite quickly.
Yeah, he had decent positioning. Does damage, to be fair. Allows Pimp to find a couple of kills at long range, but still, the bomb down for Envyus. That's what they wanted. They won't be able to buy into the next round. Well, do you know what? They could force it. They were feeling a little bit saucy this round. They could go for it. It's Dust 2 after all. They could throw a spanner into the works. You can see they got 4K on Kenny S, so it would be an all-in play, but I don't think they'll be going for it this time. It's going to be some Deagles, a PG50. So overall, Liquid, they're fine, right? They'll be able to go to the next round. JDM won't be patching anything into this one. He wants to make sure he gets the AWP. He knows that's coming in from Kenny S. So once again, try and work those Deagles, try and get another bomb plant down. That would be great. Pretty much that'll be described. It was that short play with the flashbangs, trying to overwhelm the CTs. Certainly worked in terms of getting the bomb down and finding 3 kills as well. So, Deagles still a bit of a tall order to defend against. You know, you've got Envyus, who at one point were famed to be some of the best pistol players in the entire game in terms of the second round force buy. So, always going to be interesting when they have the Deagles in their hands.
MBK, oh, gone already. Elige smoked down, was going to try and beat that smoke. Could have cut him off with an Eagle shot, but lovely placement from Young John. Nitro's going to do the same to take down Apex. JDM staying out of the pistol. Wants to get that weapon drawn and ready against Kenny, who with a Deagle is getting tagged up and down to 47. 20 now, bottom of the tunnels. Playing with Sixer in that position as Happy's already on the catwalk. Smoke still out in front of him. And good position from Pimp as again he pushes out long. This is something they're going to have to be curious and well aware of, excuse me. Maybe perhaps watch it as Pimp gets confident in that position. Lovely shot from Happy, though, pulls this back to just 1-man advantage. They're low. They're running reasonable time on the clock. It's 39 seconds still to work with. Happy needs a lovely shot. Needs to hit JDM, who's only got the P250, remember, on top of the site, so it's not like he's got a range game. It actually could be something that's possible here for Happy. Elige, meanwhile, is going to take down Kenny, that low HP. Now the Deagle, this is exactly what we talked about. JDM hits it. Money for him, and Elige with 3 kills in the round. We go into the guns, and it's going to be AWPs on either. Ooh, not quite. JDM's low. He can't get it, but he could get it dropped over from Pimp.
Yeah, and a leech could drop as well. I think they will almost certainly be doing that. They know Envyus will be bringing that out. Envyus' glass cannon, though, he actually opted for the smoke and 2 flashbangs there, so he probably could have got some body armor, considering he's got an HE as well. He could have got body armor, but opts for the grenades instead. JDM looking like he wants to go for the face here. We say we need him to be a little bit more confident going forward in terms of, being willing to take these challenges, but Kenny S hits him in the leg, maybe just through the door, I'm not sure, but goes down to 19 HP regardless. But Elige, though, pushing middle, looking for the first frag, but it's Envyus lighting up the scoreboard for now. Apex and MBK finding headshots there very early on. It's the first gun round. Normally the CTs want to be doing a round like this, trying to send a message out, not allow a default and execution to come in, trying to find those first frags, but this has not worked out at all. Now it comes down to JDM with low HP to try and make something happen.
Watch Pimp's position. It's the uncommon check. Oh, they're going to get baited right by. Nades out Pimp. Oh, massive missed opportunity goes down, and MBK, he'll capitalize as JDM baited perfectly. And Pimp again trying to find an aggressive angle. Just can't land the shots. It's Hiko. And will fall last. 5 players stay alive for Envyus on the first gun round, so never mind a fast reset. They'll have money in the next. It's going to be a brawl for Liquid to try and stay in this,
6K.
especially with the bought out AWP.
Yeah, they have got 6K that they could buy it if they really wanted to. 3 players would have weapons and then there'd be pistols. I don't think it's worth it at this stage, if I'm completely honest. So it looks like, they'll take a bit of a partial buy here, but yes, Pimp. Yes, it was a 5-on-3, but he was gifted an opportunity there. He could at least got 2 kills out of that, in my opinion, but we'll see. Well, as you saw, it didn't really work out for him. Unloads the clip, doesn't do even that much damage, and it's quite a clean round for Envyus there. Liquid tried to push at the start. JDM facing Kenny's as well. I want to see him do that, though. He has to have the confidence. Can't be shut down by that initial confrontation with him. He is good enough to go toe-to-toe with Kenny S. Maybe not in terms of like the crazy flick shots and the close range stuff, and in terms of actually finding picks and being an efficient AWP for sure. He can have some impact for Envyus here, but we'll see what happens. As we go into round number 5, it's pretty much as a full eco. No body armor purchased. With 1 HE for Hiko. And they'll be holding up and a little bit of more of a focus towards the A site. But for now, that's where Envyus will be heading. And to say the least, they've got superior firepower.
Yeah, I think that's fair to state. Although you say that, you consider some of the one-shot potential that does exist on the Liquid side. It's going to be MBK and Apex to follow up. MBK as well, they're definitely looking formidable onto this A site. Very convincing again as JDM will fall down toward the pit. Kenny S with the shot, no less, so get inside his head early, despite that it's not a direct op battle. I think there's decent firepower still on the Liquid side.
No, I meant in terms of the weaponry they had.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I'm saying like they're going to the A site, the CT's waiting for them, but they had the AKs and they had the pistols.
You're right, I'm sorry.
So that's why it wasn't a jab.
I don't think it was a jab either way. I think it was a statement.
Yeah. But no, that's what I meant. Anyway, we have got the money back into the hands of Liquid this time. They do have weaponry. Still going to be up against it, though. 2 Famises. Have the AWP, but this time glass cannon. It's certainly not in a fantastic position here. They have got a couple of kits, so it does come down to a bomb plant. At least they can challenge it. So default for now from Envyus. Going to be working 2 players in lower B as well. Waiting for aggression from Liquid. A team known to do that in the past. They pushed their upper B tunnels with 3 players and try and get some map control here. It's quite rare to see at this stage of the round, but certainly a possibility. So Six will be watching that, as MBK, he'll be hunting out for the short control here. This is pretty standard for a default. You choose one part of the map, whether it's long. Traditionally going to be short. You push your CD back at that point. It allows you to go for executions if you so wish. Normally when they have a top orbit like JDM, playing the car position like he is now, the executions can be very good. You smoke the crossover corner, you're flashing the bomb site, using Molotovs as well, dropping a couple of players down to CT spawn and trying to overwhelm the AWP before he has a chance to do anything with it. That's pretty common these days, and it looks like the smokes are being lined up right now. Not the full execution from what I can see, but still a few of them being deployed. That's the smoke I was just describing though.
The new isolation. JDM has to find an angle as a result. Oh, perfectly timed flash. NBK through it, nails him. Bye-bye, JDM. It's going to be Pimp to try and grab and compensate with the op. Thankfully, Elige will hit the first shot. So Apex can't get through the smoke and play it out too long. Pimp's got to watch the door itself miss. Big miss. That was almost looked on him from me, but
he was aiming on him and then flicked
snap
away.
to the left. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. That was a bit peculiar, but overreactions. It does cause him his life. Gives them long position. Rather, Envyus gives long position, just to clarify that statement, as it is going to be Nitro now, 1 versus 3. He'll go for it. They need it. He's got to save next round regardless, so might as well try and find Sixer at least behind the stairs. He's there, shoulder shown, low HP, but better shot from Sixer, who's made it 3 for Envyus in a row. Liquid save 1, and they'll be able to buy out in the next, given the lost round bonus.
Well, that execution comes in. Like I said, that's designed to take down the AWP players. It's not as easy as it looks, right? Obviously, a lot of teams run that strategy. It all comes down to the timing, especially the flashbangs as well. If the smoke isn't super deep, the AWP still has some vision. Your players, just as they're coming through the smoke, that's when their flash needs to come off as well, just so they have perfect vision that doesn't allow the AWP to fall back in time. That was done to perfection there from Envyus. MBK blowing the head off it. JDM had no chance at all. Full eco here. CT player in lower B, that's JDM, just the player we're talking about. He gets taken down by Happy. They've now ascertained that it's going to be a full eco pretty much, considering he's got a USP. So they've got long control. They've got a player in lower B watching for the rotations as well. This is a pretty idyllic setup, I have to say, from the French side. Happy just holding off, not fully committing. Those players are in front of him, finds a kill on the lead, maybe a seconder as well. There it is. And now the third with the pistol.
Lovely. Oh, fourth as well. Happy, making money.
5-man.
Gets an ace. We've seen some 5-mans anti-ecos. Yes, an ace in one. We've seen some 5-man anti-ecos this weekend, but you were not impressed yesterday, Henry, so you're not allowed to be biased and be impressed today.
I wasn't that impressed. Like, I mean, like, I don't like it when casters get super hyped about an eco spray down.
You don't like when I get hyped?
Well, no, you don't know.
What if it's a sick spray down?
I'd normally stop you before you did it. But let's say, all right, man, let's calm down. I just don't think it's worth it. I think it's not that important to the game. It's going to happen.
An ace is an ace, in my opinion. I get it. It's less significant if it's just a spray down on armored players, but...
Yeah. Each their own, you know.
Yeah, you know. Just celebrate the ace. I don't get them very often, so...
Celebrating the ace. Well, we do have another difficult buy, you have to say, from Liquid. It is 4th stage loss, but it's still not enough for a healthy CD setup.
JDM. That was a shot that presented itself, and he was unable to get it due to timing.
At least he changed his position each round. He's turned his face towards middle. He's gone towards the A car. Now he's pushing off short as well. This is what we wanted to see. It's been a problem for him. It's a common problem we talked about Skadoodle as well, who seems to be quite rigid and wants to play a certain position. The top AWPers will be confident enough. You can talk about Device on this map especially. I think he's really good at it. Pushing off short, hunting for frags, and JDM yet to have any real impact here. He has got 3 kills, but 2 of those were on the pistol. I think one is an anti-eco frag as well, but... Still, early days. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. 4-3. Big round for Liquid here. Envyus, since using the pistol, get 4 rounds in a row. Real pushes with the CT. You can see the bomb actually setting itself up. Envyus is it's kind of a French mentality. Contact play towards B seems to be more and more common these days. You have the AWP covering you. You're happy to walk into the B side once he's covered that that's going to be clear towards that platform area. He can hear them though. Decides to phase.
Well timed. Oh, MBK. He was the only one not flashed up by that. Nitro threw the flash in. That could have been a lot more. Nitro does manage to get 2 to compensate for the fact that they've lost both players inside of the site, but this means that's a retake and a rotation coming through. Elige gets caught by Happy bottom tunnels. Pimp knows he's there and he's going to try and brawl. He's going to try and fight directly and baits out the shots, manages to secure the kill. A little bit of help with JDM, but Pimp goes to 46. It's 2 better than Apex. But again, Apex is inside the confines of the B site, which is problematic. And you just pointed out they don't have kits on the Team Liquid side.
So they're going to waste time here trying to boost up, but they don't find a frag with this. It's very difficult to even imagine they can win this round. Yeah, so falling back, that was pretty much the only opportunity. Boost up. If you get a kill on platform, go for it. All in, 1 player defuses, 1 covers. But unfortunately, didn't find anything from that one. Envyus there, walking to the B side. Like I said, Hiko got flashed in perfectly, but MBK ready for it. Must have been behind one of the teammates and doesn't get flashed. Takes Hiko down. Nitro, pretty much the first time he's really shown us multiple frags this tournament. He gets 2, but it's not quite enough to hold on to the round itself. 5 in a row now for Envyus. But he managed to save the AWP and the AK Liquid, that is. Money, maximum loss bonus at this point. I think at this point you probably have to force into this round. Sounds a bit scary for them, so they should be able to have an even stronger by the last round. They actually have armor, nades, a couple of kits this time. JDM though, when you have these kind of buys, your AWP needs to be stepping up and finding picks here. He'll go towards B this time, so he is being proactive at least and changing where he wants to go. Whether it's the right calls each time, I'm not so sure. Trying to find that first pick in towards B. He's actually going quite aggressive here, but look how defensive Envyus are. They're waiting for this, actually on the boxes by the steps. That's 6, they're waiting for it. Very disciplined stuff from him.
Definitely is. JDM's going.
You pre-fire the steps, right? You'd never really scope into that. That's where he's going into.
And there you go. Point in case, but Sixer's not there.
He wouldn't have looked at that. You just saw it on the screen as well. Sixer stayed there, blows his head off.
Meanwhile, Sixer has rotated back over toward Catwalk. Standard positioning inside of A, but not with the AWP, as we saw JDM on B. He's rotating back inside of the site. Hiko's gone down. They do push up, and Sixer's crosshair placement dead on. Doesn't even need to move.
Good news is, though, JDM with a good position. There is a player in lower B, but there it is. Happy does go down. Sixer with another headshot.
How many times have we seen Liquid with a perfect flashbang unable to secure the kills? They're just not connecting the shots. Pimp missing a spray. Nitro
here we go.
misses that time. Hiko goes down in B the last round. Pimp does find 2, though. Good position from long. This got it down to a 2 versus 2.
Here we go. JDM on the retake. They don't have the kits once again, though. Still only bomb planted now, so there is opportunity to actually do something about this, but Pimp goes down. JDM yet to really have any impact with the AWP. Now smoked out, no kit, no nades. Has to just take the straight-up challenge here and hope he can find the first frag, but a player in CT spawn, that pretty much denies any chance of winning the round, but he hits the headshot. What the hell was that?
That's a lovely shot from JDM to respond. That's a chance given as well. And now he's going to go on this. It's presented to him, but it's better taken from Kenny as he walks back up. That shouldn't have even happened. It should have been a back away to save the op. Suddenly it's in a 1 versus 1. He's got to go.
Wow. Those are the hype moments. We get to see that again.
We'll get to see the overall take, rather, and then I was about to say Limpwood. That's Pimp on Liquid.
Right, okay.
He gets 2 kills that were quite lovely. There you go. That's the shot onto Apex. And again, Apex is jumping from formation. There's really no need to.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, he's got the position of, okay, if he challenges you, I'll just face him CD spawn and be a thorn on his side. He is getting ahead of himself there. Another eco, so pardon me while I talk over it. I don't think much will come of this round as Apex find the first kill in B. We've got Happy with a decent position towards middle as well. The only weapon available is Pimp with a scout. Wreck through the box, and as quickly as that, the round is over. So may I remind you, if you're watching at home or playing along, it's going to be 3 rounds available so far. And they've only won the pistol, that's Liquid. So take a pause, that's good. What's the money app? So they get, okay, now I can get double orb setup. I would say almost 100% that's going to be coming out. Double orb setup, there'll be Pimp and JDM to roll with those weapons. That's pretty much, we normally talk about being a desperation play. Like, sometimes it's a very good setup. You normally bring it out when you're winning. You kill an orb on the T side. You think, great, we've got an orb here. But when you get to this sort of stage, nothing's working. You're being picked all over the map. 2 orbs is a good reaction, I guess. You have the open towards B, which is quite traditional, means you can have 1 player in there as a turret, just holding for those first picks. That stops the T's from walking in too much. And then you have 1 more, it's a bit more dynamic. Maybe he goes towards long, boosts up towards short. He's trying to work picks actively on the map. So I would say it's almost guaranteed that'll be coming in. But yeah, Envyus now 7 rounds in a row since losing the pistol. We thought Liquid, after getting that good start, maybe I'll do something with this one. But Hiko, like I said, he's the most well-rounded player on the team, the most experienced. 0 for 7 right now. He is now calling, of course. So whether that's had an impact on the team overall, his performance especially, he's been very quiet this tournament. He's
been quiet overall lately, I think. His clutches haven't exactly been as promising. We haven't seen, I think the last one we saw was the 1v3 on Cash. I don't even remember what event that was. That really blew my mind. And that might have been Cologne. I can't remember. But
that was Columbus, I think. Maybe he's got a lot of Cash.
Against
SK,
exactly. And I mean, it's mostly the games they're winning because he doesn't have to do anything because the entries are there. So I get it. It's a role thing, but at the same time, he needs to find a way to invent himself to be relevant in those situations as well.
So it's Nitro. We do have the double orb set up, but it's going to be Nitro going in with it. Like normally Pimp does it on some maps, but Kenny, yes, he's waiting. The flash comes over. It's JDM challenging once again. And Nitro, the secondary orb's been tagged through the doors. It's falling apart. Kenny S has been tagged as a result as well, but still, he's found a kill already. So the double orb set up now down to Singular, and the first pick for Envyus with so much time remaining. So you can see they've bought the double orbs there, and they're banking. They at least get an exchange frag there. So Nitro's facing as well, but Apex normally challenging towards mid himself. Works out, no one else towards mid. So presumably with the man advantage, you can just do set pieces at this point. You've got control of short. You know the orb's already been taken down. They know JDM's dead. Oh, this play there from Elise. This could be nice. There it is, actually getting something going together here. It's going to be Pimp finding 2. And that was a shot I thought Kenny was going to hit all day long, but managing to get away. It's Pimp and Nitro. No HP.
Watch Happy, though. He's got out long because they've given that up as a result. And he's got 1 pick already. Sixer inside spawn takes Hiko. It's all falling apart again. It's down to Pimp and Nitro, the 2 that set the cross. Pimp's dropped into CT spawn. Thankfully, Sixer hasn't gone all the way through. Not to mention Nitro may have had the angle if he did, but it could have cost Pimp dearly inside CT. It may anyway. Happy's going to find the shot. And Nitro, 1 versus 3. He's going to have to try desperately to save this weapon because they've got absolutely nothing to work for them right now. Liquid's just flat as they can be. And it's 0 and 8 now for Hiko.
Desperate is definitely the operative word in that regard. 8-3 now, saving the orb. Lots of time for them to hunt him down. And yeah, Hiko once again, he is looking flat. That's a perfect word to summarize it. He's in CT spawn at that point, can hit terrorists on either side of him. Looking like he's apprehensive, doesn't want to face, doesn't really want to go for it. When he does, it's an awkward exchange, doesn't really do much damage. Happy. Every time Envyus loses a couple of frags, he's coming in with really good flags. His timings lately, you can criticize his playstyle all you like, but if they're winning like rounds and playing like this, I actually commend him. I think it's a really cool way to do it. If you're actually having impact and securing rounds to your team and holding decent rotations on the CTs, locking them down, I don't care whether you want to call him a beta or not. He's doing a really good job at this role right now. And it seems like, yeah, the addition of Sixer, this team looks so different to what we saw earlier in the year. I'm actually quietly happy about it. I've always been a fan of the players across the board. But let's just talk about this game specifically. Money now, Kenny S. He's got 16k. Pretty much a similar story across the board. A couple of players on 13, 14, 11k. Fast play from Kenny towards long this time, looking for that first pick. JDM does have the AWP. Flash comes over there, allows the CTs at least across towards a pip.
Happy get away there toward long as well. Pimp hasn't been able to push through since the guns have been drawn.
Oh, we didn't mention Hiko was 007.
I did. I
Oh,
said
did
it
you say
last.
it?
I said last
understood.
round. Yeah, he's 008 now.
That's a new operative.
There always was one. I can't remember. I think GoldenEye mentions the 008.
It's 006. He's Trevelyan, I think.
There's a 008 mentioned at
Yeah.
one point in the series. I know that, but I can't remember when. Either way, Apex. I could be wrong. Who knows? I thought there was. I'm sure some diehard fan.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be tweeting
will
already.
tweet
By
it.
the way.
Yeah, exactly. They love to get in there when they can. Strike while the iron's hot. Apex back over toward the B tunnel's going to group with his team, try and go in toward B. The last time they tried this, it was a flash from Nitro and a peek from Hiko. Remember, Hiko, obviously, given a scoreline, didn't get kills on that. Nitro had to follow up with 2. Sixer's going to lead in. Hiko's got 1. He's on. Looks for a second. Can't quite find it. Does put him low. That's going to give Nitro a bit of a chance. But 4 players on the site. Nitro drops bomb temporarily. Peeks out. Has information on Apex to his left. But he's got to buy space, and he's doing it well. Molotov in. Jumps into the flames. Doesn't even matter. Kenny drive by with the Tech 9. But now it's just Kenny with 20 HP. You often see him hit those shots. I was going to say low angle and a fast peak, and Kenny often hits those, but Elige will close it, and finally Liquid will get their 4th.
Well, there it is. Finally, he does arrive. Hiko arrives on the server finally. Gets 1 kill, but at least he does more damage as well. Allows Nitro to... He buys Nitro some time at least, right? He's getting the attention away from him. Nitro comes in with 2 kills, and they just about get through it. Kenny, yes, you're absolutely right. Had he found that first kill as a player comes through the door, could have been problematic, but they're shutting it down. Another double AWP setup for the CT. Kenny is waiting for the challenge to come in towards the mid doors once again. Not going to be playing with that one again, it seems. CT's maybe learned the lesson. Kenny S known along with Guardian probably to be one of the best players in that position. As we go into round number 13. A few more required from Liquid here, I feel. Just considering what I've seen in the gun rounds overall. Yes, the pistol was good, but still the gun rounds have been very uninspired. We go into the 1 minute 25 mark. Once again, Envyus do get full short control. Pretty uncontested for now. There's not going to be anyone waiting for the other side. We could see that execution coming in once again with the double AWPs. That could be the perfect call at this point.
MBK wants to get the jump. A little crack behind the cinders for information, but no one's going to peek that far.
So at this point, we have 5 smokes available for Envyus. Molotovs, they've got 4 players on short as well. I assume happy towards long for the backstab. This is almost looking guaranteed to be an execution like we saw before. Flashes go in. MBK got the first kill last time. He drops down to spawn. Will be a JDM able to lock it down at this point. Has an opportunity. The flashbangs aren't great. Can't land a shot though. Kenny S takes him down up to Elige now as he bounces a flash in.
Good shot from Elige. Went for the bounce flash to cover out the people at Quad and realized they'd already gone up the ramp, but it's MBK immediately with 2.
Look at Happy just toying with Pimp at this point.
Pimp can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
as soon as he wants to
I know
leave.
Happy's coming, boys. I'll got this. Don't worry. I'll get this kill. I'll back you up.
Oh, that's... What? Okay.
It's fine.
Still get MBK to get the kill.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that exact timing, MBK goes down, Happy's called for it. This is one of the things with Happy. Remember it was Chad that said they could fake off the lurk.
That's an idea we kind of said. Is that everyone's expecting it now. So he just toys him at that point. Pimp's just like, guys, I can't back you up. I'm waiting for Happy. He's obviously coming. And he's like, Happy's like, you know what? No, I'm just going to listen for footsteps off middle and sit here. And you're actually not going to be part of the situation. You'll watch your teammates die and be useless.
Well, this is going to be a reset. Thankfully, well, it's hardly thankful, but in the last round they kept 3 alive.
Yeah. Well, still, they're going to have 1 player on 1400.
Oh, stay in the smoke. They got to spray that. There's no way. 26. That is fortunate that he doesn't go down.
I think with the AWP save, they have to force into this round. They're going to have to. They need more than 4.
It's round 14. You might as well.
Yeah.
Just go for it. They give it to JDM.
Maybe they're being conservative here.
Oh, okay. All right. So they only want to play for 5 rounds in the half.
Well, it's up to him to really step up, I guess. It's like if he can get a multiple frag round in towards the B side or something like that. Is that where he's going to be? Not for now. He's actually looking towards mid, trying to challenge Kenny once again, but he's not there as Elige pushes off short.
Liquid with the presence to get there, but a nade goes against them. Watch to the left as well. Elige is still looking to lower, and there's presence coming up catwalk directly. It's Happy that wanted to go, but it's MBK that'll find Nitro. JDM on the op. They're going to want to save it again. The problem is, look at how quickly they're approaching on this B side. That's going down. There's no way. JDM with 1. He's got to find a second. They're already in the site. Oh, I thought he was going to hit that. 1 HP. He's gone. It's going to be Kenny with the kill. Kenny with the additional injection of not quite. I lied. He doesn't get any extra money. It doesn't even matter. It's round 15.
If you win the round anyway, you're only getting $300 extra.
Ooh, here we go. As you would say in your land, taking the piss with the auto snipers.
I'm not sure I'd say it like that, but yeah, maybe. You sounded so un-British there. It was unbelievable. I like it. Anyway.
As I said, they'd say it in your country. Oh,
Yeah.
no tags. Surprisingly, they all get by.
It was 5
3
snipers,
auto
though.
snipers and 2 AWPs. And they do go back to the AKs immediately after. Molotov's going to push them back. Kenny's got a shot on Hiko regardless.
What's it, 1
As
for
he
12?
shoulder peeks out, and you're dead right. 1 for 12 in the half is going to be Hiko's total. It's a shocker.
Stinker.
Both of those moves I approve. It's going to be Nitro now trying to get closer to the mouth of the tunnel at B. They still want to go to that side. At least thus far, the anticipation is that they would go that direction.
Well, then at this point, they've got the man advantage. They know the CTs are low money. There's a UMP for Pimp, a 5-7 for JDM. Hiko's gone down. Just bleed them out. Any utility they've got left, make him use it. JDM has to use that smoke on short now. Can't just sit there with 5-7. Has to have something to work with here. Flashes will have to be used at this point as well. Nitro has a smoke. I'm trying to build up something here. It's looking very unlikely they can win this round. If they go towards B, Nitro's had some good rounds. Maybe you can try and get a couple of delay kills there and hope for rotations to come in. Leach will be towards short. He's entering that tight little cubby hole once again, which was successful before with him and Pimp. We'll see whether they can find similar success in the final round here. Tall order for sure. As the flashes come in, JDM trying to show as much attention as he can. Does a bit of damage. No, actually, I'm going to tell a lie. 0 damage. But look quite good.
Lige steps back up to avenge JDM, but that still doesn't help them with the fact that they've given up long. 4 players down already, and Pimp's going to try and spray back through, but can't find it. Did hit MBK, but that's not what they needed. They needed multiple more. Nitro does hit a shot on Kenny. That's going to bring it back to him versus 2. Molotov off on Cat. They know he was at CT. He hasn't made his presence through that position, and as such must be at this location. Double Molotov as well is going to buy a total of 14, and Nitro's going to go down to 25 HP. He says, screw it, I want in. I want to make this fight happen. He's got to. He's got no kit, so he has to play with speed. Through the smoke. No dropping down, playing the lens. Flash through, can't find the shot. Now he does. 1-on-1, sprays it, expects Sixer to immediately peek after. Sixer doesn't do so and actually prevails. It goes to 11-4. All things considered, reasonable try from Nitro.
Yeah, at this point, that's, I guess, something to talk about. So after winning the pistol, Liquid get 1 gun round there. The dad of the team, the leader, Hiko, 1 for 12. Across the board, though, they were looking pretty poor. No one really stepping up. No one really performing to a level I can really be impressed with at all. It's going to be a lead, top fragging with 11 kills. Him and Pimp had some decent synergy towards the A side, but they're only finding 1 gun round there, so it's really difficult to really kind of tell you what was good from their point of view in terms of how they got those frags. Overall, though, just weren't really landing the shots. They had plenty of opportunities, you pointed out, even when they had perfect flashbangs coming in and actually good communications in that sense. Aim was poor across the board. No one was really finding the multiple frags, and Nitro, once again, towards B, but there by himself most of the time, and that kind of summarizes it. No one talking in this halftime break. Everyone is sat there, kind of, maybe Hiko is, you never know, but no one really seems fired up, you know.
Definitely not. I mean, this is going to be one of the performances for Liquid, one of the dullest performances that they've
This is the
had.
worst we've seen them.
Yeah.
I think in terms of big events, we normally talk about them being. Oh yeah, we have got to.
We got to go to a break, Henry.
We're getting
yelled at because we're taking too much time. I'm going to say that that's your fault. It's partly mine. It's both of our faults. It's not Liquid's. They were quick about that half in the wrong way. We'll be back in a second. Impressed on an AK, but overall, Liquid, despite winning the pistol and the 2 ensuing rounds, go extremely flat in the end. They only pick up 1 gun round. And as such, Envy with a commanding 11-4 lead. And Hiko, very poor performance to start off the game. And I think Liquid are back against the wall in this tournament, already down 0-2, up against Envy on Dust 2. It's a hard thing to go against. A French team on this map is always a promise to behold. And Kenny's hitting shots, so things are looking rough.
The whole team was looking pretty good for Envyus overall. Like I said, lost the pistol, 3-0 down, only dropped 1 more round after that. It's actually a really sick half of them overall. Okay then, here we go. It's going to be the pistol round, much required by Team Liquid. The buys are coming in. JDM picks up a PQ50, a smoke and a flashbang. And in terms of the other guys, yet to buy as of yet, Pimp and Nitro. We're going with armor. We have got 2 smokes available. That would suggest, I guess, maybe something towards A, smoke CD spawn. Maybe you can smoke the side as well, smoke Xbox, see what they still have to do. Smokes will go towards Xbox. That you wouldn't want to waste this. You probably want to go fast up towards short. It's just denying the CT's being able to get the 1 bullet potential. But look at Happy's position. Actually in a really nice angle to take 1 down. My God, not even the angle that was good. Just takes a straight up duel and takes out a Lige.
Yeah, great positioning and fast play. He's able to fall back with no response, no retaliation. He plays the Kenny S angle on top of the wall, drops in, flashbang prohibits him from getting a second shot. He nearly had a lineup on ahead as well there, but it's going to be Liquid trying to capitalize toward the A site.
The problem is Kenny S is sick with the USB as well. He's waiting for them. They have got another flash remaining, but watch this. I bet he gets a couple of kills up.
All right, Henry, put your money where your mouth is. What's the bet going to be? Because right now, he's missing a lot of shots. He's got to turn around. Down he goes. Thanks very much. All right, put your wagers in chat, whatever Henry's got to do, because he definitely lost that bet. Hiko has capitalized as a result. Those missed shots allow a bomb to go down, and Liquid now have a 3 versus 2. Sixers gone towards CT. Second player in this, MBK. It's going to be a catwalk, flash through. He's able to dodge that. It lands in his feet, so he's able to turn accordingly. Looks away. Pimp gets damage in. JDM follows it up. That could have been awkward if MBK was able to capitalize on double peak situation, both focusing onto him. Low HP. JDM falling to NBK, and he's going to do the damage into Pimp as well. It's going to be the pistol gone to Envy.
Why is JDM facing that angle? That's a weird one, right? He's low HP. Decides to look towards the ramp there instead of making MBK. They could both sit beneath that position, be together, give him 2 targets when he has to commit. Could have been surely a better idea than JDM going for the face of low HP. That's a little bit of a misplay from him, in my opinion. A huge round as well to drop. So obviously, if you're MBK at that point, you know both players are there. You have to look down at them. Famously, a difficult angle in CSGO to actually find multiple frags. But yeah, he gives his frag away pretty easily at that point. So Liquid get the bomb down. Potentially should have won that round as well, I'd say, overall. And we'll see what happens as we go into round number 2 here. It's not going to be the force spy. Going to be going in with PT-50s and Glocks. 1 smoke as well. That presumably go up towards short. Similar fashion that Envyus did. Haven't got as much to work with there. They had 3 flashbangs before. And we have got 2 rifles available for Envyus. It's going to be MPK over M4, 6 with the FAMAS, and Apex getting aggressive with that MP9.
Getting aggressive indeed. 2 kills, 600, 3 kills, 700. Now that's not how that works. It's $900. It's $602. I'm all over the place in my math right now, Henry. It's $1,800.
You literally having a shocker there. You went from 700 to 300.
700 was a joke while I tried to do the math in my head, and even then I did it wrong.
Oh,
so I tried to buy myself time.
Okay.
Like, let's get Yanko in here. He needs to explain the apples to me.
6 times table. That's the easiest way to do it. 6, 12, 18, 24.
I know how maths works.
For you, just a momentary lapse. Was that?
Yes. All right. Look, it happens.
All right.
It's a little warm down here in Brazil. I'm far away from what is winter in Canada. When I get home, there'll be snow, and I'll have a husky that's happy about it. And the rest of the world will not care. So, back into this one. Happy's going to put a smoke, or rather get a smoke in front of him, push through it, catches 1. And he's able to turn away from the flash in time to turn back and take down Happy. But watch Sixer's position at fence. He goes for the peek aggressively. The aggro's already been stolen toward the doors, and it's a perfect time to capitalize. Bomb down inside of the B site. It's going to be a problem for Elise to try and get back to it, considering his smoke covers off back boxes. There's one in front of him. They want to flash through. Hiko's going to go, but look at the flank behind it. Sixer sparring off. Will get found, but that's going to be traded out, and the round goes to Envy.
3-0. That was the force buy there from Liquid. I hate to say it, Matt. This game is pretty much done for now. Liquid, they have to either force in this round to take 9s or allow Envyus to go to match points. And this is pretty much guaranteeing them won't be going through to the groups. 0-3 after this one. So, yeah, you have to get top 3 in the group to even make it. They do get 1 game, at least in the stadium, but it'll be almost just for the fans at that point.
Yep. It's true. Although, this is Brazil. And the fans will very much be cheering for Immortals and SK, I'm sure. Apex, blinded up, doesn't matter. Sprays in, already had his placement there. And as such, Kenny's come back down. Damage in, Kenny's got 3. He's down to 12 HP. But all he's got to do is backhand the Pimp and close out the round. He does exactly that. It's going to be map point for Envyus.
Now, that is good, Matt. That is some of your best work.
Thank you, Henry.
That is good. I like that. I haven't heard anyone use that before. Anyway, we go into round number 20. Another bye, but now 11 rounds required. We did see a decent come out from Liquid against Mousesports. I think it was like maybe 9 rounds they got in a row before the game was closed out. So maybe they can do something here. I don't think we're even in a realm where we can suggest that a comeback could be possible, but they can at least make it a less embarrassing scoreline. But to this point, in terms of what are you warming up for, they're out of the tournament to lose this game. So, let's see. Who knows?
See what they come up with. We've seen Liquid fail on this number before. Does that mean that they can succeed?
Yeah.
It's Elige pre-firing toward the Cinders. It's Kenny that is in this position. Good flick, as always. Takes down Elige, falls back. Perfectly timed. He loves that at little edge. He loves playing aggressively on it. It's a different angle than what most AWP players do play.
But he does it so well, doesn't he? So here we go then. Kenny S still facing, of course. Oh, God, I thought he was going to blow the head off there. But it's going to be JDM. Meeting towards short. Smokes come in.
Kenny looking for shots from the box position. Chris J's favorite spot to play on all maps almost. And he does find Pimp this time. Better than the USP prediction that you made, Henry. Watches toward the push. Oh, what a shot on Nitro! That is lovely. I thought surely he'd go down his teammate behind the smoke. And he got the other one immediately at quad. That is impressive stuff. Please put that in slow motion because you'd have to watch how fast that was and it would still impress you. Either way, it's 16-4. Liquid can go no further. And that's 2 games where they got absolutely blown out. They never looked to be in this tournament at all.
Yeah, it's difficult to get hyped about the performance of Envyus because Liquid did look so flat there. Nothing really brought to the table in terms of the tactics and the T side. Well, I guess we'll talk about more the CT side. It was a massive problem for them overall. But yes, Envyus, decent, just played their game. We saw some adaptations there from Happy, basing them into thinking he's lurking all the time. Good changes there. I'm sure Chad will be pleased to talk about that, even though he's not on the desk. You know?
But you know who is on the desk? The man I just heard yawn because I think your mic might be hot, Alex. It's back over to you.
That's great. Correct. That's absolutely perfect. Of course, it was perhaps the Liquid's performance that sent me to sleep, as we didn't get to see too much from them on Dust 2.
For my voice.
Ruined. Just stop with this weird memeing. We all love Yanko. He doesn't send us to sleep unless he reads us bedtime stories, which he's actually very good at. It's very good. The Serbian one about the donkey in the mud.
That's your favorite, Alex.
That's my favorite.
That's the bride.
Oh, and the bride at the wedding.
Sorry, the bride is good.
Oh God, we are just like a horrible high school clique with private jokes. It's disgusting.
Hopefully these tweets don't make things awkward.
No, let's go ahead and start talking about the match. Of course, it is Envy who do pick it up, and another time we get to see Envy making a North American team, or at least from the North American region of the Pro League, look silly. First it was Immortals, and now we see them do the same versus Liquid on Dust 2. And I just want to start with the kind of closing words from Henry G and Sadakist. We can't praise Envy too much because Liquid made it so difficult to stop criticizing them.
I mean, to an extent, obviously a very underwhelming performance from Liquid, getting only 4 rounds. That's with Pistol being 3-0 up at the beginning of the game. And it did seem to me that early on in that first half, they really felt pressured to go for things. You know, they were trying to be aggressive. Now, this is very tricky to talk about because on one hand, you praise them taking the initiative. Yeah. But on the other hand, it did felt like it was, as I said, a bit too forced. It really, they might have wanted to take a step back, see how Envy is going to, you know, approach their T side, see where the weakness might be, and then try to counter it. This way, they made it kind of easy for Envy because they would get the entry kills a lot in the beginning, and then they got the control of the economy.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those plays they were making that took the initiative, the way you criticize it. I mean, the reason why you criticize it, there were a couple of them where that just felt so individual. It didn't seem like it was some kind of organized game plan. It didn't seem like it was some kind of team strategy. It was, you know, a player pushing into lower B and getting picked off. And at that point, I mean, what it says to me is, I mean, obviously this Liquid team is not confident as a squad. But now you're getting to the point where it's so dysfunctional, the players are no longer confident in their teammates. And that what the thought they have in their head is, you know, I've got to be the one to make the play. You know, and having talked to some of the Liquid guys, having talked to Peacemaker, there are issues within this team that have been going on even when he was in the team, and now that he's gone, there's not, like we said, the leadership question. There's not, I mean, Hiko's a new in-game leader, and so he's got a lot to learn, and he doesn't know quite how to control it, how to fix it, especially when you're at a tournament. Those are problems you have to fix in practice, and in this kind of an environment, you just don't have the time to do it.
And let's not forget, of course, that often common problem with CS and transitioning to the in-game leadership role is your fragging takes a hit, and Hiko was at the bottom of the scoreboard for the majority of Dust 2, which is strange considering the dialogue surrounding Hiko for so long was, you know, the savior of NA, the talent that needs to get that, you know, a roster like Liquid together and take over the control of North America. It hasn't happened.
It's true.
Oh, go.
I mentioned this upstairs, and I mean, I'm getting to the. I mean, I haven't really. This is just kind of a thought that's come into my head recently that I need to think more about. But I think, like, even with that interview that Hiko gives, if you know, when at the major, and he had the Valve profile where he says, if I don't win a major, then like my career is a waste. Yeah. So I think he's like looking back on it now and like being very reflective and knowing that he's getting towards the end of his career, and that just happens. And now we're starting to see less impact. Part of it is his playstyle being that passive lurker. I mean, the reason why he was always a highly touted player is because, you know, not only was he a fantastic lurker, but he was going to win you the clutch rounds. Like, he was going to win that 1 versus 3 to save the day. He was doing it consistently, and now we're even seeing that drop off. So I mean, his impact right now, he's got to have some kind of adjustment to his playstyle, or he's got to step up in the in-game leading, and it's very, very tough to do this late in your career.
But actually, you have to give props to Envy as well. Looking at how they played, they did a great job of switching the pace. You know, obviously the fast pace is where they are at their best, but they could also slow it down, go for a bit of a delayed mid to B split. They were switching a lot between the A and the B bomb side, so that really made it difficult for Liquid to get a good read and go for some aggression that would, in their minds, make sense. You know, that would be a good. Okay, they're constantly doing this in the beginning of the round. Let's send an opera up cat maybe or something of the sort. So. Definitely a solid performance on that B
Also,
side.
just everyone on Envy, like when they needed to, stepped up. I mean, Happy had some effective lurks in lower B, and then I know the double op switch from Team Liquid, like that's what saved him in New York against Fnatic. That's what made that comeback happen. In the first round, they do it. Kenny kills JDM, and then he tags Nitro jumping across to go over towards B. So it's just like, get out of my face.
Try
boys.
again.
And and I think that's another example of where you see them losing confidence and being forced to make plays. When did you see JDM go for those double door peaks as CT?
Yeah.
The only player we actually see doing that is probably Smiths, you know, frequently, because that's such a hard duel to take if you're CT. So again, forced into low percentage plays.
Yeah.
And of course, it does result in another dreary loss for Liquid. They've got a lot to reflect upon as they now stand at 0-3. Chances are running out for the North American side.
0% chance, actually.
Yeah. That's the Moses percentage, right? The 0%.
As if you guys have somehow made that a thing.
That is a thing.
You were the first one who said that.
Yeah, the 0%
That's not true
No?
at all.
Wrong, of course. And I mean,
Okay.
when your head is shaped like a 0.
Okay, there's a 100% chance that we're going to be taking a break now on that absolute bombshell while Jason breaks down your head is shaped like a 0.
Go to commercial.
Okay, let's take a quick break then, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. Let's go ahead and catch our breath before we prepare for Mouse Sports versus Optic. They're setting up behind us, and we're going to quickly go and reflect upon Moses' shape of his head.